Hey, hope you're having a beautiful day. In this video, we're gonna take an example of this brand called Ordinary, mostly because I was literally thinking of buying a new bottle of serum. And this morning I thought we want to do a campaign, a workflow, build it live, and just so you can literally just come to this video and have an exact idea on how you would do even a campaign like this, video campaign. But we're going to do a static campaign, and I'm going to start a workflow from scratch in Figma Weave, as you can see the canvas here. And we're going to go through node by node, and we're going to pick one of these products and actually do the entire campaign for the product. So let's just pick, let's say, this serum, okay? Obviously, in order to do a campaign, we need a product, and so this is going to be our product flatly. It's not very hard to take this picture at all, and so we're just going to take this screenshot and upload it here. That's going to be our first step. And now we have the product image, and we have kind of a good packing. Like it's it's visible. Things are like it's not very blurry at all. The models might butcher it because it's like, even if I zoom in here, it's kind of hard to read still, and so we won't pay too much attention to the text. And so let's give it a little router here. Give this a router so that we can, it makes no difference, but it's good practice to do, because sometimes you want to use the same workflow but for a different product. And that's why when you're thinking of making a workflow, you want to make it product agnostic, so that it doesn't matter what product it is, as long as it's the same brand and stuff like that. And you can just literally swap this image and run the workflow for a different product. Okay, so we need a product shot, which we got. Now we need a creative brief, so it'll be a text prompt. It will just let's call it a creative brief, to tell the models what are we actually trying to make, what do we expect. And then we need a little bit of information about the brand, and that can be brand context. And so I'm going to take a screenshot of our product and go over to Claude here and just be like, oh, not that. Just take a screenshot again so I can just drag and drop it. I'm just gonna go, I am making the coolest marketing campaign for this product. Please give me a creative brief, paragraph perhaps. Oh, I wanted to also say, and a brand context paragraph going over all the things the brand stands for, as well as their target market, audience, everything else my creative director needs to know. So that's going to give us a creative brief that we're going to enter here, and the brand context that we're going to enter here. And then we're going to have a little mood board. So as it's doing its thing, we're going to go to Cosmos and just search serum and see what are the images that we actually like. Oh, there's ordinary. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you see, we could take this, screenshot that, add that to our mood board. I hope you can hear me, because I didn't test. This is kind of cool too, to kind of show a little texture and the vibe and like scientific like formulation kind of thing. But let's go back to something else that is perhaps cooler. Let's take this. Now, ooh, there's more, but I don't really like them. I like this, but let's find a really cool concept. Come on, give me something better, something really unique. You see, it's easy to create like this plant thing, and that's just very generic. Everybody has it, and this is kind of nice. It's okay, like, but sure, we'll grab it just in case. I liked this. This is cool. I like this a lot. I wonder, because like now, what we've got is so like, it doesn't really have a pattern or like I like this a lot, like it's so cool. It's my favorite. But again, these are all so different. So our agents are going to really struggle to do something with it because like one is going that way and the other one's going a total different direction. And so it's important to create a very cohesive art direction, and you can do multiple runs with different art direction, and that's probably better. But like, yeah, I don't know, that one was tempting. We could use something like this, and we could also tell like now because we want product shots, we can also tell them that we want product in each image, so that when it's thinking of concepts, it's making sure that it's kind of giving it the vibe, like the direction, to make sure that it has the product in each shot. Aesop is good. I like this. These like blurry things, I think they're cool. But hey, you pick whatever you want. But I'm just picking for example. And this might be a very long video, but at least we're having fun. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. But now I'm gonna go just write a prompt. Let's get rid of this. Run LLM. So what we're going to do is give it a lot of image inputs since we added a lot, and attach them here, move them around. This basically acts as our mood board. So we're going to tell the models to always just prioritize what you learned from our direction, because we obviously gave it for a fucking reason. And like our direction is obviously, like people say AI doesn't have taste, and this is us giving it taste because this is our taste. This is the things that we like. So some people might go and be like, I really don't like this yellow thing. But I'm like, okay, well, that's your taste. I like it because that's mine. And so that's why we want to make sure that, we give it the art direction and we tell it to follow it over its own thinking. And so in the prompt, this is going to be our system prompt for visual DNA. So let's call this visual DNA. And this is going to be our system prompt. We're going to tell it what to do. First, we need to select a model. I'm going to go with Gemini 3.1 Pro. And this is going to be our system prompt. We're going to basically analyze all the images very deeply, learn the photography style, the colors, film grain, textures, the feeling, and the pattern. You see, extract information, but make sure to be product agnostic. So the reason why I say product agnostic is because when I do visual DNA, it's I wanted to just convey the vibe. I wanted to convey the direction of the visual DNA that we're going for, rather than a spherical bottle or a dropper. Because sometimes you want to give it a mood board of, let's say, a fashion photography, but you're doing a photo shoot for a serum bottle, and so if it's describing product, then it's going to mess up the other runs, because other runs are going to think that that's our product. So like there's going to be mismatch. So for example, if you are doing the product, if your product is like a Coca-Cola can, but your visual DNA is something like like this, dropper or like a perfume bottle or whatever. And so if it's describing the shape of the product, then we are telling the other models, other agents, to be like, just prioritize visual DNA. So it's also going to prioritize whatever's in that visual DNA for the shape of the product. And so your can is going to look skewed. Obviously, it won't be the same for Coca-Cola because these models are trained on that stuff. But like, you get what I mean, right? So you never want to explain the product itself inside visual DNA. You always want to give it the what are we observing from this style of photography, like this speed, this like whatever it's called, like this blurriness. That's kind of what you want to go for. And then like these little textures, then these props, and okay, maybe speaking of props, understand props and create a comprehensive visual guide for based on these images. Maybe it's just say detailed. I don't know what comprehensive means. Okay, now it's going to analyze all these images and give us the visual DNA. And now we need a prompt concatenator so that we can combine these prompts and also the visual DNA No, maybe not. Maybe we just need a prompt and then add variables to it. So we're going to add 3 variables. The first one is going to be creative brief. Variable is one of the best ways to control your inputs, and it's so good. Brand context. Ever since I learned variables, my life changed because now you can make workflows that are repeatable and powerful. And I learned it from a very good, well, my ex at the time, and it was, yeah, she's very smart. And so she told me about these, what's a variable, and I was like, whoa, this is the coolest thing somebody's ever taught me. And so now we're going to go back to creative brief, get what we learned from, you know, Claude, brand context, and copy and paste it here. I don't care much about the brand context because that's like, you know, easy to read and online. I do want to read the creative brief. No dewy cliches, no influencer softness. Deliverables should work across feed, stories, out-of-home advertising, and the product label must remain legible and unaltered throughout. That's good. I feel like that's something that I can vibe with. So, all right, here's what we got. Product shot, a creative brief, a brand context, a mood board, which is now analyzed, by the way, and very detailed, which is good. And now we have combined it to this prompt, which is 1, 2, 3. Now we could call it the brand Bible, we could call it whatever we want, but it's essentially all 3 things together so that we can give all this information to our creative director, which is going to be our next prompt. Next, actually, is going to be our LLM, because we needed to think of concepts. And so when we need to run this creative director, we need to make sure that it knows what's the product that it's dealing with, okay? And there's only one way to know, if we just give it the product reference. And so we're going to test the product here, call this creative director. Let's pick a model. So now, since so how do you pick a model? When you are deciding which model to use, you want to make sure that it's getting a lot of, you want to see what is the input that we're giving, so that's a lot of context, right? And so that's why you want to have bigger context models. Opus is okay, but like if you want it, like 3.1 Pro will knock it out of the park. It's good, especially when it comes to image analysis. I've never tried GPT 5.6, so maybe for this time we'll just try that. And we need a system prompt. What do we want the creative director to do with the information that we've given it? So now we're giving it the product shot. You are the world-class creative director who specializes in making coolest and the most unique campaigns for wellness and skincare brands. We're gonna try to make it unique. At least we're gonna try and see what it comes up with, and then we can iterate from there. Basically, you are given a product shot. Now, the reason why I'm hopeful of GPT 5.6 is because it's they are also an image model, and so ideally, I'm hoping they know how to analyze images, and so could be really good. You're given a product shot, creative brief, info about the brand, and visual DNA. Visual DNA is our art direction. Please follow that while making sure you are on brand, and all the props in our images are well thought out, and each one is there for a reason. So these are the things that you want to tell it, that it just doesn't think of generic stuff. So each one is well thought out and is there for a reason. It either goes well with the brand identity, an ingredient, or something that elevates the brand. Your job is to output 10 unique but incredibly beautiful and highly detailed highly thought out concepts written in extreme detail, independent of one another. They need to be, what was I going to say? Throughout the campaign, there needs to be a narrative. However, the world, the instructions, the photography, the lighting, texture, frame, grain, and everything else I missed must be described in each concept thoroughly, independent of one another. Okay, maybe I'll correct the spellings. I won't be that mean to it. And each concept must be written in a prompt format so that we can give that to image model for generation. So I also want to tell it that image model will receive a reference shot of the product itself. So please do not describe the product, and instead just, this is big, please don't describe the product and instead just say the model can use the reference image attached. This is super big because what you're trying, when your prompt is not super detailed, the model just tries to explain what the product is, what it looks like, and it just butchers it. Whereas we just wanted to say that, hey, use this image in the reference images, that's our product, and then do this with it. So I don't want it to waste its prime brains to think of what is the size of our product or the shape, so we don't really need to do that. And we could just tell it that, hey, please use the image attached as reference. That's our product, and then use this as our concept. And so that is that's a great way to make sure that the models don't hallucinate and control a little bit that you can. I've never learned to spell receive correctly. Fun fact. Okay, now important. Each concept must be separated by this little thing. Only output the concept, no heading, no footer, no commentary at all. So now that is our prompt, and I appreciate you for sticking with me throughout it, because that's going to be super helpful, especially if you're writing prompts from scratch, you want to make sure that you're detailed as detailed as possible, and that saves you a lot of hassle. And okay, now we've told it to follow Visual DNA and write the model, write the product write the concept as a prompt that is ready to go for the image models. Give it the reference image, and so we don't really need to have, or at least I'm assuming right now that we don't really, from my experience, I can tell that we don't really need to have the prompt engineer node or quality gate node, just because, I don't know, I think for the sake of this workflow, to make it quick, you've already had enough with me, but you can, if you wanted to, you could put a prompt engineer node and a quality gate so that it's making sure that your Visual DNA is being followed and it's doing its thing. And now we're gonna use Nano Banana to light list selector. Avi, come on, you should know better. You've been doing this way too long, buddy. I talk to myself sometimes. Not that you care. But anyways, so it's while it's doing its thing, I'm gonna start building, the things that we need in order to get our images. So, I should have told it that we need 10 concepts. Oh yeah, we did. Okay, that was that's a silly mistake to be made. 3, 6, and one more, and that's our 10. Now, while it's doing its thing, I'm also going to bring in Nano Banana to light. All right, now copy that bad boy and copy that. Now copy these. And now I'm going to copy the whole thing, paste it here. There we go. And now change that to little arrow upwards. And then we have 10 concepts. Woohoo. Now, yeah, just combine all these lists and there we go. Now we need to select which one. Second, third, 4, 5. I'm gonna start from the bottom. Oh, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh boy, this is tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 and 10. Now we're going to attach these prompts to our image models so that it knows what we're creating. Now once that is done, we've connected all the prompts, so all these concepts are in. Now one thing that we need to make sure is the product. Now you see this router, this is where it's going to come in handy. We're going to bring it here just for ease of use and just start connecting the router. Now this will act as the product image reference, and needless to say that the models need to know what the product looks like so that it can do something with it. And I think we connected a bad node here. Let's connect, what is it, 8. Okay, now we are at a point where we can actually run this. This is the fruit of our labor. And we wait. So, here's what we can do. This looks good because this is actually quite on brand with what they have in here right now. Obviously, this can also be generated with AI, by the way. It's on brand. This is a little weird, and I kind of want to blame the model itself. Let's see more. Keep going, Avi. Maybe here's what I'll do. I'll change its aspect ratio and run it again and see if that makes any difference. But this is cool, but the product is wrong. Oh, because we didn't use, you see, like it's a cool concept, but the product is just, we didn't give it the product reference. And how would it know? Come on, Avi. You see, like this is a great concept. You see the lighting, you see the film grain. It's a beautiful concept, and I like this one too. This is very nice, actually. And you can see that it followed our visual DNA, this guy right here, but with the brand colors. Wow, it's nice, isn't it? And it shows you the serum, and ooh, okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Very nice. This is very minimalistic. So you see, it's not like a glass thing. It's actually serum, which is very cool. Yeah, in the beginning we established that the words and the letters are going to be butchered is because 1, we didn't give it a good reference image because we didn't have it. 2, because image model is a very light image model, and it's called light even. So yeah, but if you use ChatGPT 2, you'll be fine. Next up, we've got this bad boy here, which is also a beautiful concept. And again, a little serum drop. It's got the product is very spot on. This one's, I don't know where it came from. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to meant to create. And so let's run it again and see if it makes any difference. But this one is just, I just wouldn't use it. Some things are just not worth worrying about. And so let's just not worry about this concept. Yeah, this is kind of nice now. What if we changed it? Let's make it 16 by 9. But this is a good concept, I think. It's kind of cool. We can work with it. It's not ready, but it's a different direction that you can explore. And this is interesting, whatever that means. I think it's trying to tell us that it's some scientific thing, which I guess we'll take. And then again, this again very cool. Drowning in serum. I'd also change aspect ratio of this guy and see if it does it any better. But yeah, I like this. I would explore this. Lots of film grain. If this was done with a better image model, I think this would crush. Not crush in the sense that it would be really cool. I think it would just be a different direction to explore. But this is also nice. I like it. So yeah, there you have it. What took us maybe 40 minutes to like do this live, but now you have a workflow. All you gotta do is just change this art direction to whatever it is that you're trying to make, and then change the product shot as well as the creative brief, and that's it. The brand remains the same. It automatically analyzes the visual DNA, and there's nothing we put in here that is product related, and so it's all product agnostic. It will not it will not think that it's the serum if you're running it for face cream, because the product is only established in a creative brief, and we're using that everywhere. And so as long as you can give it a good creative brief, a good DNA, a good product image, and also a great mood board, you're good. You're awesome. And so if you want this exact workflow, just comment skin and I'll send it to you. I just made it up. Yeah, I think just go crush it. Just next time though, just for your own work, just change the image models to ChatGPT 2. That'll increase your efficiency and save you time and actually give you cooler things. But what you're trying to do here is you can also change image models and play around with it. Make sure to give the product reference and also attach all the nodes so that you're not frustrated. But either way, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, subscribe and things you do to show love. I'll take it all. Thanks.